What's going on, everybody? It's Grayson here, and I'm just bringing you my first ever NFL mock draft. And I know we're just days away from the actual NFL draft, but what better time than the present to get my predictions out there? This is just what I think might happen. Now, with the first overall pick, I think the consensus number one here is Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan. I think he's great at what he does, and I think he can really bring a force to the Jaguars' defense's front that, frankly, they need. With the second overall pick, we've heard rumblings about maybe a quarterback here, but I don't think the Lions will actually do it. I like Thibodeau potentially, but I'm really liking Trayvon Walker. Another good edge rusher. Get both the best ones off the board at 1 and 2. And we go to the pick number 3 with the Houston Texans, who need every position. So anybody here is going to be a good pick for them. So I'm going to go what I think is the best prospect on the board right here and go Ike Okongwu. I think he's going to be a really great piece for that Texans line, especially if Laremy Tunsil finds his way out of there in the next upcoming seasons. Now with the fourth overall pick, we've got the Jets, and if they decide to make something happen with Deebo Samuel, this might be their only first-round pick. Now, keeping that in mind, I think they're going to go and address one of their biggest glaring needs, which to me is corner, and I think they're going to go with the best corner on the board, and that's Sauce Gardner. I think he's a guarantee stud, and he's going to really, really bring some fire to that horrible, horrible, horrible secondary. I mean, I guess Marcus May is all right, but that's really it. Now we got the New York Giants. Oh, boy. I think the Giants right here would be ecstatic with Thibodeau or Evan Neal. And here's my thought process to going Evan Neal over Thibodeau is because the Panthers at 6, I think, could take an offensive lineman. If Neal was there, I see the Panthers going him. So I say we draft Evan Neal with the Giants' first pick, or the 5th overall pick. Now pick 6. Panthers, we've heard rumblings, maybe a quarterback, but I personally believe they're going to go with Charles Cross. There's a lot of great tackles going early, and they're going to be a lot of better. I mean, maybe not better than these guys, but who knows? We have a lot of amazing tackles. Trevor Penning, still to be drafted. Wide receivers and tackles are insane in this draft. Now, with the 7th overall pick, I mean, I think if he's there, you have to take him. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's a stud. If he falls out of the top 5, you got to be thankful if you're New York. Now, with the 8th overall pick, I think the Falcons have needs on defense, but, I mean, I think you need a wide receiver right now. Replace Calvin Ridley, and I think the best wide receiver in the entire draft is Garrett Wilson. Now, with the 9th overall pick from the Russell Wilson trade, we got the Seattle Seahawks. And here I could definitely see the first quarterback coming off the board, whether that be Malik Willis, maybe Kenny Pickett, maybe a Matt Corral as a reach. But I could see it. A Carson Strong would be a draft day shock, but I guess crazier things have happened. But, man, they need corner, too. I think Derek Stingley wouldn't be a bad pick here. I think Trent McDuffie would be a good pick here. Actually, I think Trent McDuffie is going to be the second corner off the board. I think if you watch Trent McDuffie's tape, not many things you can complain about. His height, he's small. That's his only flaw in my eyes. I think he's going to be probably the number 2 corner in this draft class and with potential to be the best. Now the 10th overall pick, which might belong to the 49ers here soon. We don't really know how that's going to happen. But Deebo really, really wants out, and the Jets have this pick to make it happen. But if they can't get Deebo and they can keep the pick, I'm liking what I see from Jameson Williams. Video just surfaced of him running. I'm pretty sure reports are saying he's going to be back in September. I think that'd be a great pick. However, I think the Jets like Drake London. He's big target for Zach Wilson. Not much more you can say there. Now, with the 11th overall pick, we have the Washington Commanders. Shout out to the fucking Commanders. Now, with the Commanders' first ever pick in team history, who do they go to really make a splash? This is a good question. I could see a wide receiver, Chris Olave, maybe a Sky Moore. Jameson Williams potentially can go here. I think that's a great pick. I think they might go Jameson Williams. I think it's the best pick for him, especially if Terry McLaurin, oh Lord. Especially since Terry McLaurin's going to want to get paid. And if they're not willing to do that, they're going to need a wide receiver to replace him. And Jameson Williams could do that. And if he's not going to be the replacement, he's going to be an amazing wide receiver too, because Curtis Samuel cannot stay healthy. Now, we got the Vikings on the clock at pick 12. I think if you're the Vikings, your players here, I don't see why they would draft anybody else but Derek Stingley. I mean, he's been wearing the colors since college. I don't see why he's going to change them up now. The 13th overall pick, we've got from the Deshaun Watson trade, belonging to the Texans. Same kind of situation as Stingley to the Vikings. I'm pretty sure Kyle Hamilton to the Texans here. It's pretty safe to say, and I think it'd be a great pick. I think we might be able to see a linebacker taken. Maybe a wide receiver, Chris Olave. Ooh, Jermaine Johnson could go here. I think Jermaine Johnson would be a great pick here. However, we're going to take Kyle Hamilton. Best player on the board. Texans get their guy. I'm saying if you're the Texans and you come out with Ike Okongwu and Kyle Hamilton, that's a good draft. That's a really good draft. Now we've got the Ravens on the clock. They need defense. I can see Andrew Booth possibly going here. I can see maybe a lineman, but I like Jermaine Johnson. I think he is an absolute stud. He's going to be one of the best overall prospects coming out of this draft class here in a couple years. They're even going to get a steal at 14 with Jermaine Johnson. Pick 15, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles. I think if you're the Eagles, I like drafting defense here. I would also like drafting a receiver, potentially. However, I think I'm going to go Devin Lloyd. First linebacker off the board. I think it's a great fit. Now we're going to move on to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints potentially could be the first team to go quarterback, but I don't think they're going to do it here. We're not going to be worried about the next two teams after going quarterback, so we're going to wait till the 19th overall pick to maybe address that. So the 16th overall pick, I think the Saints want to address some defense. George Karlaftis, he just seems like the Saints kind of player. I think he's going to go to them at pick number 16. Now, pick number 17 belongs to the San Diego Chargers. And I think the Chargers here will be ecstatic with the two Georgia defensive linemen that fell to them. They're going to have their choosing between the two. I think Devontae Wyatt is going to be the better player with the higher ceiling. But I think Jordan Davis outshined him on the combine. So because of his combine performance, I'm going to go Jordan Davis over recency bias for the Chargers. Now with pick 18, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles back on the clock. Who do we go here? I care. Elam, I think is that how you say his name? Don't know if I'm butchering that. Daxton Hill would be a sleeper pick. Jaquan Brisker. Man, imagine they take a quarterback. Shock the world. Quay Walker would be double the linebacker position, but nah, I don't think they'll do that. Man. It's a tough decision. think the Eagles will probably. Let's go Bernard Raymond. But beef up the offensive line. That can't hurt. Add some youth to it. Now we got pick number 19 belonging to the New Orleans Saints. How do we feel about the first quarterback coming off the board at pick 19? Is Jameis the guy? Malik Willis is here staring at you. Is Jameis the guy? Where do they go? I don't think they go offensive lineman because they paid their offensive lineman. I think they shocked the world. Malik Willis, a new era of New Orleans football. Wow. That'll be something that'll be talked about. But if they go quarterback, then the Steelers need to too. With rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. But I'm liking Kenny Pickett to give old Mitchell Trubisky some competition. Next up, we got the New England Patriots. I can see a wide receiver going here. I'm also really liking Nakobe Dean. However, I think they're going to get Devontae Wyatt. Defensive lineman from Georgia. I think he's a stud. And they're going to get a great value pick at pick 21. Now, the Packers are up. Trevor Penning is here. I could definitely see them going Trevor Penning. But we're going to take Treylon Burks. Now, the Arizona Cardinals. Tyler Lindenbaum would not be a bad pick. However, I think they're going to take Andrew Booth from Clemson, Andrew Booth Jr. They need some corner help. He's going to provide that. And he's got pretty high upside. Now we got the Dallas Cowboys. What an interesting team. Could definitely be a sleeper team to maybe pick Chris Olave here. Travis Jones, not be a bad pick here. Actually, I think exactly how I'm going to go. I'm going to go Travis Jones from Connecticut or UConn. I think that'd be a great pick for them. Fill the need for a defensive line. And now we're going to go to the Bills. And the Bills, I think they're going to do it. I'm sorry, Bills fans. I think you got to choose between the two guys. Breece Hall, I think he's a pretty good running back, but I think Kenneth Walker is, man, he's small, but I don't think it really matters. Kenneth Walker, first round running back, shocked the world. Now the Tennessee Titans, I think at this point you got to go best available. I mean, run the ball with Derrick Henry. So help Derrick Henry out best you can. Get him some some run protection. Now we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, pick 27. I think Zion Johnson would be a great pick here, so I think they're going to go Zion Johnson. Fill their needed guard. They got Tom Brady back. Hopefully get Gronk back. Have a great overall team, much like the Bills. So they don't really need much. They can just kind of beef up the positions that are lacking instead of the giant holes that other teams need to fill, such as the Packers, who here could definitely be, I could see taking Nakobe Dean. It would be smart for them to take Chris Olave, double up on receiver, but I just said that would be smart for them, so there's no chance they're going to do that. George Pickens. I love Trevor Penning. I've heard Green Bay loves Trevor Penning. I think they take Trevor Penning. Help beef up the line. Give Josh Nijman a little leeway to keep improving. But you may never know. We got Elton Jenkins will be back and Bakhtiari. So the offensive line will look really good with Penning, who is an athletic freak. Now we got pick 29, and now it's pretty nice for Kansas City because they've got back-to-back picks here. So I think Kansas City, they've got to replace Tyreek Hill. I think Sky Moore is Tyreek Hill's replacement. But if Chris Olave is here, you've got to take Chris Olave. He's got amazing upside, amazing potential. The best route runner in the class. You're gonna get a great connection between Patrick Mahomes and Chris Olave. At pick 30, I'm gonna probably address defense, and I'm gonna go Jalen Petrie from Baylor. I think he's might be projected in for some people in the second round. I think he's gonna sneak into the first. Go help a lackluster Kansas City secondary. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals need to protect Joe Burrow. They're going to go with the best person who can do that. Right now on the board for me, that's Tyler Smith. That's a great pick in my eyes. Protect Joe Burrow. That's what they need to do. Now, for the last overall pick, the Lions. Nakobe Dean's here. He's best available. I like George Pickens, but they don't need George Pickens. I like Daxton Hill, potentially. Out of Michigan. Double up on the Michigan guys. Desmond Ridder might be a sneaky pick 32. And actually, I think that's who I'm going to pick. Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati. Give Jared Goff some competition. And that will conclude my first ever NFL mock draft. Tell me, guys, what you think in the comments. I'd love to talk. Any negative or positive feedback. Again, this is my first mock draft. Who knows? We might get another.